numbers. Yes. 0 2 4 ايه اللي 0 2 4 leave the number. ايوه يعني بالنسبه لهم ايه؟ يعني عندي 0 2 4 ايه اللي 0 2 4
unit digits.
Yes, so number is unit 0 2 4 يبقى I have to mention محدش يجي يقول لي ان هي ended by ولا started by انا ماليش دعوه بالكلام ده. عندي digits, each digit has a name يبقى I have to mention the name of this digit. The unit digit should be 0 2 4 6 8. These are the even numbers. ما اقولش بس ولا 0 ولا 2 ولا اقول ended ولا started by. انا ما اعرفش ended من هنا ولا started من هنا. عندي digit هو ده اللي انا I'm going to talk about. Right. When can I say that the number is divisible by 5? Yes.
Number 0
Any?
لا
as a unit digit and
It should be
0 or
بس. يبقى if I'm going to give it to you as a complete, okay, واجي اقول لك the numbers which are divisible by 5 تقول لي the unit digit is 0 or 5.
5
Now how can I check divisibility by 3?
3 مكتوب.
Yes.
Sum of the digit divisible by 3.
بالظبط. The sum of the digits should be divisible by 3. Okay? Right. We're going today, as we said yesterday, we're going to discuss together the factors and multiples, and then after that we're going to move to other things. But before talking about the factors with multiples, as I told you, في جزء بس عملته امبارح مع الجروب الثاني. I'd like to make it with you. ده جزء complete. وas I said before ان الجزء ده ممكن ان احنا بنستعين بيه في الامتحان عارفين. وبعدين لو انا اديتك السؤال complete ممكن اديهولك define. يعني ايه define؟ يعني you're going to write everything about it. خلاص؟ يبقى انا السؤال مش لازم يجيلي في شكل complete. الحاجه نفسها ممكن اجيبها لك بكذا، ممكن اجيبها لك بترايت ورامي. طالما انا مذاكر الماده دي او الجزئيه دي هعرف اجاوب عليها either as a complete or good right or wrong or anything else.
Can say the question can become as a describe or
لا
how can I
describe
teach
ايه؟
that?
لا describe يعني اوصف لي. طب انا I'm going to ask you to define. Define what does it mean? You're going to write everything that you know about this.
Clear or
بالظبط. Okay? Right. You know, we're going to say complete. You're going to copy the sentence, you're going to answer it, and then I'm going to ask one of you to read the whole sentence. You have to write all the sentences and solve it, and then we're going to discuss it together. Very important. 12. ده الحاجات اللي احنا خدناها امبارح. خدناها امبارح. Did you all finish copying this? So, let's start بقى solving. You're going to read, as I said, the whole sentence. The whole sentence.
And the product of 4 and 3 is
يبقى the product of 4 and 3 is 12. Can I say the multiplication? لا لأن أنا I'm asking about 12. 12 دي قلنا إيه بالنسبة ل 4 و 3؟ It's product. The result of multiplication. يبقى here we are going to put product. The second one, yes?
The operation which uses the central divided is called division.
Division. What do I mean by symbol? This side. The symbol means this side. يبقى the operation which is going to use this sign, we name it by division. The third one,
48 minus 36 equals 12.
ممكن أقول subtracted. لا هي minus. ليه؟ لأن this is an operation. 48 with 36 equals 12. يبقى what should I have to put here? Minus. يبقى 48 minus 36 equals 12. The last one, yes?
18 subtracted from 20 equals 2.
Subtracted from. I'm going to take the 18 from the 20 equals 2. Okay, is this clear? Is there any problem up to here? Yes.
دكتور لو سمحت رقم 2 ممكن اقول divisible بعد division
لا لا لا
عملية قسمة.
لا 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 I'm talking about the operation. What are the operations that I have? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. The divisibility دي حاجة تانية. بس I'm talking about the operation. Is there any problem to here? Okay. Let's move to talk about other things. We are going to talk about factors of a number. اسمها ايه؟
Factors of a number.
Factors of a number. Again?
Factors of a
number. Now let's see together what do I mean by the factors of a number. عندي any number. 8. And I'm asking you about the factors of 8. What do I mean by this? Yes. طيب I want to explain to them. أنا دلوقتي as I told you before أنا مش بسألكم أنا عايزة أوصل المعلومة للطالب. لو أنا جيت قلت له 1 و 2 و 4 و 8 طب ليه مش 5 ليه مش 10 على أي أساس أنا بختار دول؟ What do I mean by the factors of a number? Yes.
Have it as a divisor. Package C, the numbers, have it as divisor.
طيب أسهل عايزة حاجة أسهل. أسهل.
The number you multiply to get to another number.
بس two numbers, their product is 8. If I'm asking about the factors of 8, يبقى I'm thinking about two numbers, their product, their multiplication gives me 8. يبقى I'm going to think كده the factors of 8. هو what times what gives me 8? يبقى the first two factors for any number, 1 and the number itself. If I'm going to say what are the factors of 11, 1 and 11. The أول factors. What are the factors of 120? The first two factors mean 1 and 120 and so on. That's what they have to put in their mind. In the first two factors for any number, 1 multiplied by the same number. Then I'm going to think about the rest of the factors. If I'm asking here about factors of 8, if I'm going, as we said here, 1 multiplied by 8, 2 multiplied by 4. Do I have any numbers multiplied together and the product gives me 8? No. Here I'm going to say 1, 2, 4, and 8. These are the factors of 8. معايا؟ طيب, if I'm going to say factors of 9, what are the factors of 9? Would you please raise your hand? Yes.
1 3 و9.
يبقى برضه هو مش هيجي يقولها لي كده على طول. هو هيجي يقول لي 1 as I told him 1 multiplied by 9 with 3 multiplied by 3. يبقى let's see together how many factors do I have. 1, 3 is repeated, so I'm not going to repeat the factor. I'm going just to write the repeated factor 1 time and 9. يبقى ال 8 has how many factors? 4 factors. Here 4 factors. While the 9, 3 factors. Now if I'm going to talk about the factors of 5.
1 and 5.
What are the first two factors? Do I have any other factors? No. 5 has how many factors? 2 factors. 1 multiplied by 5, I don't have except 1 and 5. 2 factors. Like factors of 7. 1 and 7. 1 multiplied by 7, I don't have anything else. 2 factors. Now, what about factors of 1? 1. And I'm going to say 1 multiplied by 1. As we said, 1 multiplied by the same number. If I'm going to write the factors here, we said we are not going to repeat the factors. And here I'm going to have just only 1. I'm going to say 1 factor. As we can see here, some numbers has 4 factors, others have 4, 3, 5, 6. Some numbers have 2 factors. I don't have except 1 number only which has 1 factor. هو مين؟ 1 has only 1 factor. طيب هنكتب الكلام ده في notes. The numbers which have لا أنا بقول بس this. We're going to write it up. The numbers which have 2 factors only, we are going to name them by prime numbers. What are the prime numbers? They don't have except a
2 factors.
1 and itself.
1 and itself.
If I'm going to ask you about the prime numbers, the numbers which have only 2 factors. 1 and numbers itself.
That's it.
Okay? Right. Here, let's write here. Have only 2 factors. 1 and a number itself. والنوتس بقى النوتس اللي هي something important ممكن اكتبها under notes or remark. notes أو remark. Can I say that 1 is a prime number? No. Why? Who can tell me what about the smallest prime number? Yes, 2. And at the same time, it is the only prime number. 2 is the smallest prime number and only even prime prime numbers دي بياخدوا وقت كتير عبال ما يعرفوا what are the prime numbers especially وانا بعمل factorization بيوصل لبرايم ومش فاكر ايه البرايم numbers. فزي ما بنقول كده كل يوم على الصبح what are the prime numbers and I'm going to write it at the top. ليه؟ لأن أنا I'm going to use it after that. يبقى عارف إن the prime numbers 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17 and so on. If I'm going to talk about 17, what are the factors of the 17? 17. Do I have any other factors?
No facts.
17. I don't have any factors for the 17 except 1 and 17. 11. I don't have except 1 and 11. If I'm going to look at any of these prime numbers, they don't have except two factors. 1 and the number. Okay? زي ما بقول ده كده قدامنا عشان يبقى عارف كل حاجة كل مرة. التكرار بيعلم الشطار. كل يوم لما يلاقي البرايم فاكت نمبرز قدامه وانا بدخل بعد كده على الفاكتورايزيشن يبقى بالنسبة له الامور مفيش مشكلة. Okay? Is there any problem here? You got what's written from both? What about if I'm going to ask you about the multiples of a number? يعني for example, I'm asking you about the multiples of 2. What do I mean by the multiples of 2? Yes.
The time is that the 2 is repeated. I'll take it.
But multiples of 2, if I mean here table 2. The multiples of 2 is a table 2. Starting from 0. If I'm asking you about the multiples, ممكن تكتبوا كده جنبها table of this number. يبقى multiples of 2, if I mean here table 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. Multiples of 5. Table 5. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. They have to understand the difference between the factors of a number. وقلنا يعني ايه factors of a number؟ كتبتوا الكلام ده ولا لا؟ انا قاعده بقوله كذا مره. الفاكتورز of a number يعني two numbers their product
equals the number.
حد هنا ما كتبش اسمه امبارح؟ الورقة هتحس يعني هي كده في المكتب حلقاني معايا الورقة هتنصف علينا بسرعة، كل واحد عارف اسمه فين، والناس الجديدة بس تكتب لي أساميها. طيب احنا لسه بنتفق على ايه؟ طيب ده ما يبقى the new already the difference between احنا كتبنا the factors. Two numbers, the product is the sum. Factors of a number عبارة عن ايه؟ بدور على factors of two. ازاي؟ Two numbers their product is this number. اوكي يا شباب؟ طيب يبقى we knew the difference between the factors of a number and the multiples of a number. قلنا multiples of a number يعني ايه؟ table of this number. طيب I'm going to ask you بقى to factorize. What do I mean by factorize a number? عندي كلمة جديدة اسمها factorize. What do I mean by factorizing a number? لا raise your voice. to ايه؟ أنا مش سامعة، مش صح أو غلط، أنا مش سامعة. بالظبط. Write the number in form of its prime factors. يبقى أنا I'm going to factorize the number. What do I mean by factorizing a number? I'm going to write this number in form of its prime factors. Because of that, I said they have to study the prime numbers. Then while factorizing, I cannot use except the prime numbers. Let's see together what do I mean by factorization. Write number in form of its prime factors. To write the numbers in form of its prime factors. In factorization, I'm going to give you a number and I'm going to ask you to factorize it. Now what do I mean by factorizing مثلا الفور؟ I'm not going to take all the factors of the four. I'm going just to take the prime factors of the four. And we're going to see together how can I factorize any number. Let's see here if I'm going to ask you to factorize A. I'm going to factorize مين A. ممكن بقى تخليكم معايا هنا. To factorize the A, I'm going to take a line like this. On the right hand side, I'm not going to use except the prime numbers. On this right hand side, I'm not going to use except the prime numbers. And I'm going to move in order. What do I mean by in order? Yani if the number was even, I'm going to start by the 2. If it is not even, I'm going to use the 3. But if it is not divisible by 3, I'll move to the 5. Not divisible by 5, I'll move to the 7. It is going to be easier for you to move in order. اوكي انا بقول easier مش بقى ان الباقي غلط بس انا بوضح له بوري له اسهل له ازاي ويمشي مظبوط ازاي. يبقى how can I solve this? ال A is it an even number or no? يبقى we're going to start by 2. I'm going to say 8 divided by 2. 8 divided by 2 equals what? 4. Yibqa I'm going to put the 4 under the 8. And again, the 4 is it an even number? Yes. Yibqa I'm going to divide it by 2. You give me what? 2. Still an even number? Yibqa divided by another 2. You give me what? 1. If I'm going to reach 1 on this side, we have already finished factorizing the number. If I'm going to reach 1 here, this means we finished already factorizing the number. So how can I write the 8 in form of its prime factors? I'm going to come and say 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. ممكن بعد كده بقى في البريب اقول له 2 to the power of 2. يبقى if I'm going to look 2 times 2 times 2, is it going to give me 8 ولا لا؟ Do I have any of them not prime number? No. Here I use the prime factors of 8. I didn't use, instead of the 4, I put 2 and 2. I didn't choose except mean the prime factors of 8. Suppose I have here 12. And I want to factorize the 12. يعني ايه factorize the 12? يعني I'm going to write it in form of its prime factors. To factorize the 12, يعني it means I'm going to write it in form of its prime factors. The 12, it is an even number. If I start by mean 2. If I'm going to divide by 2 to give me 6. Still even number. Divided by 2 to give me 3. Can I divide the 3 by the 2? No. I move to mean 3. To give me 1. Did we finish factorizing? Yes. How can I write the 12 in form of its prime factors? This is what I mean by factorizing. Yes. We can use it. Analyzing the ثانوي. الكلمة دي في ثانوي. بس هنا في primary هي factorization. ما حاولش ان يعني في كلمات بقادر منها ايه؟ هو لا عارف لا دي ولا دي. فانا الفactorization بتبقى ايه؟ ان انا put it in form of its prime factor. Which is easier for them. في ثانوي بقى I can use another expression for factorizing اللي هي analyzing. بس انا بقول لكم يعني مثلا في المرحله دي ايه الاكسبريشنز اللي بتبقى مطلوبه؟ ايه المناسب؟ ايه اللي بيبقى سهل؟ اوكي؟ يبقى this what I mean. في اي استفسارات هنا؟ Yes.
Can I repeat the doctor or I speak just one?
لا اهو as we did here. I'm going to repeat. ال 8 equals 2 times 2 times 2. يبقى here I'm just factorizing. ما بقولش ولا LCM ولا HCM. I'm just talking about factorizing a number. If the 2 is repeated 3 times, I cannot say that the 8 equals 2. عشان it is repeated that. 8 equals 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by another. ده أنا بتكلم على كلمة إيه؟ factorizing. مش factors of the 8. There is a great difference between this and that.
تمين بس
Write the number in form of its prime factor. This one I need by factorization. I have 8. As we said before, the factors of 8. أصل احنا قلناها. أقول تاني. لا أنا فهماها. أنا عايزة بس أنا هقول لك عشان تكتبيها. Factors of 8. 1 و 2 و 4 و 8. ده all the factors of 8. ده لو أنا بقول all the factors of 8. But if I'm going to ask you about the prime factors, asking about prime factors of 8, we have to factorize the 8. The factors, I'm talking about all the factors. بدليل ان احنا قلنا the first two factors مين ومين؟ 1 and the number itself. The 1 isn't a prime number. لا. I'm talking about all the factors of 8. So I'm going to take the 1, 2, 4 and 8. The 1 and the 4 are not prime numbers. ولا ال 8. مفيش عندي غير ال 8. Now if I'm going to mention just only the prime factors of 8, it means I'm going to factorize the 8 taking just only the prime factors. Okay? See any problem in here? That if I'm talking about the prime number factors of a number, يعني factorizing a number. Then after factorizing the number, I'm going to move back to talk about the LCM and the HCM. مين ال LCM ويعني ايه؟ ومين ال HCM and what does it mean? الاتندنس بيبر بتلفها يا شباب وصلت فين؟ لا بس هي بتقول عليها لوست يعني ليست يعني ده السؤال معايا هنا حبايبي؟ طيب lowest common multiple. What do I mean by lowest?
Smallest.
Common, what do I mean by common? If I have two things, the same thing in both of them. Okay? يبقى as written in front of us here, lowest common multiple, يبقى I'm going to look at the smallest multiple common in both of them. Instead of writing lowest common multiple, I'm going to take the first 3 letters and we're going to name it by LCM. خلاص LCM يعني the lowest common multiple. Right. What about if I'm going to have, for example, the multiples of 8 and multiples of 6? I want to find the LCM of 8 and 6. What do I mean by the multiples of 8? لا بقى هو يعني بعد هناخده كراسي احطه كراسي مجموعه ثانيه بقى لسه بقول فاقل من نص
يا جماعة ممكن حد يحاول من الاثنين؟ العدد كبير قوي هنا. عايزة حبة يجوا يساعدوني بعد اذنكم ماشي؟
بس ما بصش الاقي الكل يبقى احنا بنعمل كده يعني.
فكرني بالحب ريح
0 6 12 18 24 30. I'm asking you to find the lowest, the smallest common multiple. I'm going to look at both of the multiples of the two numbers, and I want to take the smallest common, يعني I can find it here and here at the same time. طبعا we are going to find it is the zero. Zero. I'm going to find that the zero is common multiple for all the numbers. I'm not going to take the zero. I'm not going to take the zero لأن هي as we said common between all the numbers. Common multiple for all the numbers. يبقى I'm not going to look at the other common multiple. هو مين؟
24.
24. يبقى this one I'm going to say LCM of 6 and 8 equals 24. That in case if I'm going to write all the multiples of 6 and all the multiples of 8. And then after that I'm going to take the lowest common multiple. Is this clear ولا لا? Is it clear? Right. I have another way to find the LCM by factorization. وأنا أكدت هنا قلت this way if I'm going to use all the multiples of both of the two numbers. يعني we took the 0 وال 8 وال 6 كل المultiples بتاعت ال 8 all the multiples of the 6. I have another way to find the multiple, the lowest common multiple, the LCM of 6 and 8 by another way. Yes. إيه؟ The product between ايه؟ I'm going to find the product of 6 and 8, 48.
Not lowest, not the lowest. Not the lowest. Not the lowest. 48
ايوه انا بتكلم هنا على ايه؟
lowest.
أصغر حاجة.
Lowest. What do I mean by the lowest? The smallest common multiple. ال 48 I'm going to find it common between both of them. بس I'm not going to find just only any common. لا انا بقول ايه؟ The lowest common multiple. يعني ايه lowest? The smallest common multiple. يبقى I'm going to find before the 48 the 24. يبقى this one we're going to take it as the LCM of the 6 and the 8. Okay? Any question here? وصلنا كده خلاص؟ في حد ما مضاش هنا يا شباب؟
قضيت انت؟
ازاي عدى عليك؟ طب what's your name اسهل؟
يعني احنا لو قلنا multiple of 8 and 6 ماشي اقول 24 48
محمد شعبان ربيع؟
كده خدهم كلهم. لكن لو قلت
حد تاني ما مضاش هنا يا شباب؟
راح بس ال 24.
لا ممكن ما تجوش بقى. حد ما مضاش هنا؟ الجداد كتبنا اسامينا هنا. فين الجداد؟ كان في 2 هنا من شويه جداد. Here we are going to find another way to factorize to find the multiple, the lowest common multiple of 8 and 6 by factorizing. I have already 8 ahead. I'm going to factorize mean 6. By the same way, prime number, even number or no? Let's start by mean 2. To give me? Can I divide the 3 by 2? No. 3 to give me? 1. I factorize both of the 8 and the 6. Now I want to find the LCM, the lowest common multiple. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the factors under each other. I'm going to make column for the factors. Yani if I'm going to write the 8, we said 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 times 2. I cannot write here except 2 under it. This is another column for the 2, another column for the 2. Factors of the 6, I'm going to write it here. 6 equals 2 times 3. Can I put the 2 here? Yes.
Yes.
And this is a column for the 2. Double 3, can I put it here? No. Because I said I'm going to 4 columns. Here I cannot put except the 2. Here 2, here 2. So I have 3. I'm going to leave this space and I'm going to put there 3. Okay? Then after that I'm going to take from each column 1. Just only 1 number. خلاص؟ As I said, from each column, I'm going to take just only 1. The 2 here is repeated, because I'm not going to take except 1 to multiply. This is a column of 2, if I'm going to take the 2, column of 2, another 2. The 3 is not repeated, that's what I'm going to take. And I'm going to multiply them. 2 multiplied by 2, 4. Multiply by another 2, 8. Multiply by 3, 24. Is it the same as that one ولا لا؟
Yes.
This is the way after that to find.
عايز في اسمه عمود ايه؟ كولوم؟ سي او ال ام.
يبقى here if I'm going to ask you to find the LCM, I'm going to use this way of factorization. Using all the multiples, I'm going to use the other. Okay? And at the same, we are going to find that they are going to give me the same answer. Both of them are going to give me the same answer of the LCM of the 6 and 10. Okay? في بقى another way أنا بعتبرها easier for them. ومش بس كده I'm going to use it in prep. استخدمها أكتر في prep لأن تبقى more easier for them. What to find the LCM? If I want to find the LCM of 8 and 6, I'm going to do it just only on one side, both of them, like this. And I'm going to follow the same steps. If I have even numbers factorized by 2, if it is not divisible by 2, take the 3, then the 5, and so on. The 2 numbers are even numbers. If I start by me, 2. And I'm going to take it 1 by 1. If 8 divided by 2 gives me what? 4. I'm going to write the 4 here. With 6 divided by 2 is 3. Do I have even number? Or is that still an even number? If I'm going to divide it by what? 2. Here it is, the 2. 4 divided by 2? 2. If 3 is it divisible by 2? No. I'm going to put it as it is. Do I have an even number? 2. I'm going to divide by 2. 2 divided by 2? 1. If 3, as it is not divisible by 2. Look here. Are you going to start using the 2? Using mean 3. This is already 1. And 3 divided by 3. And we finished already. And I'm going to find that it's 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, which is the same as this. أنا زي ما بقول ممكن دي I can say in prep stage to be easier for the أو الناس الجينيوس اللي عارفين الجينيوس اللي ما بيبقوش موجودين يعني. ليه؟ But this is another way to find the LCM. ممكن ان انا بستخدمها كده ليه؟ انا بحاول ان انا LCM وال HCF بيتلخبطوا هو مين اللي باخد all the factors ومين اللي باخد الكومن ومين، فبحاول ان انا طب دي بطريقه ثانيه مختلفه خالص وان انا I'm going to find using this way the LCM of it. Is there any problem while talking about the LCM? No. We are going to move to mean HCF. Right. Let's see the HCF.
ايه؟ العباقرة طريقة العباقرة لسه ما قلنا هذا حاجة لا لا سهل هذا الجزء
What do I mean by highest? Greatest. Common factor. يعني I'm going to think about the factor which is common with any factor. The greatest factor common between the numbers. If I'm going to talk about, suppose I have the 8 and the 6. عشان I have them already. What are all the factors of 8?
2 times 2 times 2
All the factors.
1 times 8 2 times 4
يبقى as we said 1, 2, 4, 8. All the factors of 6. 1 times 6, 2 times 6. Yibqa here I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 6. I want what? The highest, the greatest common factor. Which of them? Can I take the 8? No. The 8 is not not common. What do I have here as 2 is there? At the highest common factor of 6 and 8 equals
2
And this is what I mean by the highest, the greatest common factor between them. The greatest factor that I can find it in both of the factors of 6 and 8 at the same time. If I'm going to use factorization, معايا شباب? If I'm going to use factorization to find the highest common factor, the HCF of 6 and 8, I'm going to factorize it by the same way. And I'm going to arrange them as we said, column for the 2, under for them, and here, all of them 2, and 2, and 3. While finding the HCF, I'm going to take just only the common factors. I'm not going to take all the factors, no. I'm going to take just only the common factors. يعني the factor that I find it in the first number and in the second one. Like it 2, it is repeated, common. If I'm going to take just only the common one. It 2, do I have it here common?
Not common.
Can I take it? No. The same for this. 3, is it common? No. If I'm not going to take mean 2, except mean 2. Is it the same as that one? Or that is what I mean by the HCF and the LCF. See any problem? Do you want me to discuss any other part?
Doctor, yesterday you take a minute for us to write with you your explain. Today we don't write anything.
لأن أنا بقول كل حاجة. طب عايزين لا قولوا لي إيه؟ عايزين نكتب إيه؟ نكتب.
We want to write yourself
Which part?
write your explain by yourself and take us to copy this.
لا أنا قلت لك عمل كده؟ قالوا لنا من أكتر من كده. لا he's asking هو بيسألني إن أنا أكتب الشرح اللي إحنا هنعمله في المحاضرات ده وتصوروه.
يا ريت.
هو صعب والله. أنا بقدر. لأن زي ما وريتكم أنا عاملة البريباريشن بتاعي ده مش بريباريشن بالمعنى بريباريشن. أنا جاست رايت كده ايتمز أو بوينتس واحنا بنكتب يعني بص الكلام اللي احنا قلناه كله دلوقتي مش عايزه ارقام هو كلمتين صح ولا لا جاست ان انا بكتب خلاص انت لو كتبت ورايا ان انا بشوف في اخر المحاضرات بشوف كشاكيل فيها كلام محترم من اللي احنا كاتبينه
can you record your voice? Can you record your voice with yourself about your explain?
ايوه انا عامل ايه؟ اوكي انتوا بس ابقى عارفه مين. في كان بيجيبوا قبل كده مثلا بيسجلوا على الموبايلات او على كاسيت. اوكي بس ابقى عارفه. وانا ما بتكلمش انا بتكلم بجد مش هزار، صوت بس. لان قبل كده بصيت لقيت حد بيصور. طبعا كان موقف سخيف. فانا لما بقول صوت اوكي عشان نبقى نستفيد، لكن الصوره هتعرف بيها ايه؟
دكتور لا مش احنا نسجل.
انا
لا اقول لحضرتك حاجه. حضرتك انت اللي مثلا اثناء ما بتعد المحاضره في البيت
لا عايز اسمع بس لان ده كله لكم مش له هو لوحده.
حضرتك مثلا لما بتيجي تجهزي المحاضره قبلها بيوم مثلا في البيت او زي مثلا حضرتك انت مثلا
لا بص
تسجليها بصوتك
عشان اريحك نقطع الطريق كله مش نصه. Don't depend upon me in anything else except you. ما تجيش وانا بقى احضر اسجل وانا بعمل اكتب.
طب اسالك البريبريشن نمبرز
يبقى احنا نسجل.
لا
نعمل كده.
انا دلوقتي يا شباب امبارح كان في كلام كتير كنت بقول لكم طب نكتب الطريقه والكلام هنا. انا شايفه ان الكلام بسيط، بس لو انتوا حاسين ان في حاجه عايزين نكتبها تاني مع بعض او طريقه قولي. انا شايفه ان انا الكلام اللي بقوله 1 + 1 = 2 ما فيهوش حاجه. فلو في حاجه عايزين تضيفوها نكتبها just tell me. واحدة يعني الكلام اللي معناه اللي انا بكتبه على الرسوم. يعني كان في معايا في الجروب التاني امبارح كان كل حاجه يكتب يعني زي ما لسه كنت بقول المجموعه الثانيه تبقى هنا وانا بتكلم على الجمله. Ask you what is this? Point. This is just a point. So I'm going to write it after that PT. The PT means a point. So what about if I'm going to have more than one point beside each other? I'm going to find it like this. Points beside each other, they are going to form to me
straight line.
This what I'm going to name it by straight line. And after that I'm going to write it ST LN. Line يعني LN و ST. Straight line. If I'm going to look at this straight line, I'm going to find ده بسميه ايه؟ Arrow. I'm going to find an arrow on this side and another arrow on the other side. If I'm going to look at this straight line with the two arrows, do I know from where is it going to start? No. Do I know where is it going to stop? No. With two arrows like this, يعني has starting point? لا. Has ending point? No. Can I measure its length? No. يعني ايه length؟ يعني can I bring the ruler and how many centimeters is it? No. حتى even if I'm going to extend it. What do I mean by extend the straight line?
Go away.
What do I mean by extend the straight line?
Don't stop.
Complete drawing it. Extend it, يعني I'm going to complete drawing it طبعا on the same straight line on this from this side or from the other side. برضو I don't know the starting or the end. يبقى if we are going to talk about the straight line, what can I say about the straight line? أول حاجة لو قلتها straight line ده ايه؟ Set of points. هنا a straight line consists of point, another point, many points. I don't know the number of these points. يبقى the first thing I'm going to say that it is a set of points. What else?
Which have start and
Has no starting point and no ending point. As I said, I don't know from where is it going to start. Yani has no starting point, has no ending point. We cannot measure its length. We cannot measure its length. If we're going to write here the straight line, I'm going to say set of points. Has no starting or ending point. We cannot measure. We cannot. We cannot measure its length. يبقى نيجي نبص هنا. As I said before, السؤال ممكن يجي as complete و define. أنا عارف المعلومة. لو أنا قلت لك مثلا straight line has no هتقول لي إيه؟ starting point, no ending point, has no length. لو أنا جيت قلت لحضرتك define، يعني إيه define؟ يعني you're going to write everything that you know about the straight line. يبقى تيجي تقول لي إيه؟ no starting point, no ending point, no length. هو نفس الإجابة بس السؤال إيه؟ في مشكلة؟
The meaning of extend.
Extend يعني continue drawing it. I'm going to continue drawing it. كتبنا الأر والكلام ده لأن ده كله برضه هستخدم الكلمات الإكسبريشن دي we're going to use it after the أر. أوكي؟ معايا يا شباب عشان نبقى مع بعض؟ If I'm going to take part of the straight line, I'm going to take part of the straight line. I'm going to take this part. قبل ما نمشي بس من هنا, we're going to take 2 points, we name them. أو 3, 4, 5. طبعا احنا قلنا ان هي set of ايه؟ يعني do I have just only A, B, C? No. Many points. Just example. ليه؟ I want to name the straight line. To name the straight line, I don't need except how many points? 2 points. Any 2 points lying on this straight line, I can name it by the 2 points. يعني I can name it by straight line A, AB, or AC, BC, BA. Any 2 points, it doesn't matter the order. And the straight line is moving in 2 directions. Here, I'm going to name it by AB. To say that this is a straight line, I'm going to put over it symbol of the straight line like this. There is something very important. It doesn't mean that this straight line should move horizontal. لا خالص. It could be vertical or oblique like this. It doesn't show me the direction. It shows me just that this is a straight line. Straight line, I can name it by DC, straight line. CA, straight line. All of them are talking about the same straight line or no? Yes. Do you understand what I mean? If I'm going to take part of the straight line, I'm going to name this by ray. نسميه ray. Again? Ray. What did I say as the first thing for this ray? اسمع بس بعض. Yes. بالظبط. If I'm going to look at this straight, I know that it is going to start from A. يعني it has starting point or no? Yes. But on the other side I have an arrow like this. Do I know where is it going to stop? No. طيب, the next question. Can I measure its length? No. طب ما I know the start. I don't know the ending. يبقى I cannot measure it. يبقى if I'm going to ask you about the ray, يبقى the first thing you're going to see that it is part of the straight line. أول حاجة هقول إيه؟ part of the straight has إيه؟ has a starting point, has an ending point. Can I measure its length? No. You cannot measure this. Now I want to name this ray. The straight line will ray or line segment after them. I'm going to use just only 2 points to name any object. A ray, I'm going to use 2 points. A, B, or C. In 2 letters though, the first one means the starting point, while the second means the direction. Shows me the direction. If at this ray AB, it means it is going to start from the point A, moving in the direction of mean B. But this ray, can I name it by AC ray?
Yes.
And it is starting from the same point A and moving in the same direction. So can I name it by BA ray? No. Because this ray is starting from B and moving in another direction. If I have to say this, you name the ray, I'm going to use how many points? 2. The first one shows me the starting point. The second point, is this clear or no? Yes. Can you write the definition of the ray? The first point هنقول ايه؟ خلاص برضه straight line يبقى في second. Are you writing this? أنا مش هكتبها على البورد، أنا بقولها أهو. I'm going to wait till you finish writing it. Part of a straight line. كلنا خلصنا part of a straight line. Okay. Has a starting point and has no ending point. Has starting point and no ending point. We cannot measure it. We cannot measure it. وممكن بقى نكتب الاري ده ب2 points عشان to show the first point shows me 1 the second point shows me. That's one direction. طبعا. Well, as I said while talking about the straight line, the ray could be drawn like this. How can I name this ray? X, Z, Y, or Z. Now what are you going to do? Write an arrow like this? No. The ray, as I said before, moving up, moving down, to the right, to the left, the direction, whatever it is, this is the symbol to show me that this is a ray. Yes.
Can we take a break?
طب اخلص اللاين سيجمنت عشان الجزء ده يبقى فيه.
المدرسين والرياض في القعده هنا فشلوا مش عارفين اي حاجه. ناس كتير فيهم مش عارفين حاجه.
لا القعدة صعبة دي
عبير عبير بس
by line segment. اسمه ايه؟ line segment. برضه أول حاجة هقولها في line segment إن it is a straight line. Right. If I'm going to look at this line segment, what can I say about it? Yes.
It has a starting point and ending point.
It has a starting point and ending point. يعني can I measure its length?
Yes.
Yes. And I know from where is it going to start and where is it going to stop. يبقى the first thing I'm going to say, part of a straight line has starting and ending points. We can measure it.
Yes.
I want to name the line segment. I'm going to name it by A, C, line segment. And this shows me that it is a line segment or CA line segment. And here is the AC line segment. هو CA line segment with the same starting and ending points and the same length. Okay? Done. What about كتبنا الكلام كله على line segment ولا لا؟ If I'm going to have this straight line, سمينا ايه straight line اللي moving from the right to the left؟
Straight line.
Straight line. امبارح كنا بنتكلم على حاجة كده وحاجة كده. Horizontal. يبقى this I'm going to name it by A. Horizontal straight. يبقى for this one. Vertical straight. طب لو مايل.
Slope.
لا slope ده ايه بتاع straight line؟ Oblique.
Oblique.
يبقى this is the horizontal straight line and I have vertical straight line and the oblique straight. But what about if I have like this?
Broken line.
Broken. كلكم عارفينه ولا اكتبوه؟ لا broken line. But what about this?
Curve.
هو طبعا في open وكلوز فبقول عليه curve line. Curved line. Or open line. لا open line. Could be closed. After discussing a straight line, we're going to move to discuss that if I'm going to have